So this is a particular isometric figure that I would be 3D modeling today. Let's break down this figure into some basic features. As you can see, there's a rectangular base, so it's a normal extrude. Then we have a overhanging cylinder or hollow cylinder. That's another extrude which is offsetted from this particular base. And then we have this kind of a T cross-sectional swept feature. So that can be modeled via the swept feature in SolidWorks. So let's begin this modeling. First off, we start things by creating a new part under SolidWorks. Creating a sketch in the front plane. I will create this rectangular base, keeping one of the edges meeting the origin. So one of this vertex or the point of this rectangle is nothing but the origin, so that way I don't need to give more relations. So let's just dimension this particular figure. As you can see that the dimensions are 45 by 50 plus 19. So let's give the dimensions. This is 45, this is 50 plus 19, so it's 69. Now we can go ahead and extrude boss base. Extrude is 10, I believe. Let's double check it. Yes, it's 10. Now we'll go ahead and model this cylinder. I will select the front plane itself, create a new sketch, go normal to this front plane. Let's make some construction lines. So I'll create a vertical line here and I'll create a horizontal line here. Let's see what the dimensions are. The dimension from this to here, let's undo that. We don't need this dimension, we need this dimension. It's 19 as previously mentioned, and the dimension from this to this leading edge is 75. So let's just dimension that to be 75. And if you're wondering what the dimensions are, I've kept it in mm. It's not specified in the diagram, but I just like working with mm. So let's draw this tube or the cylinder, which is 38. So that we'll need to draw this circle to be 38. We'll dimension this circle. Okay, so it's fully constrained. Now we can go ahead, under features, select extrude boss base, and as you know that the base is offset, so we'll create an offset and let's see what the offset is. The offset is 100. So let's create the offset. Before we creating the offset, I'll just say that the extrude is 25 according to the diagram. So this is 25, and then I'll create an offset of 100. So this is how it is, and we are ready with this tube. Now if you're wondering why I haven't made it hollow, so you'll understand that in the next part. I'll keep that feature in the end. So we'll go ahead, we will sketch that particular T section. So I'll create a new sketch over here on this plane. I will go normal to the plane, and let's create some more construction lines. I'll create a construction line from the center of this cylinder, and now I will create ordinary lines. So as you can see, the cross section of that particular sweep was in an inverted T. So I'll just draw a rough inverted T, and now I will give it some relations. Select this edge, this center line, and this, and I'll say that they are symmetry. I'll select this line, this center line, and this line, and I'll say that they are in symmetry. So let's see some more details of it. So as you can see that this edge is 14, its top width is 10, and the other width is half of this minus 19. So that will be 5 minus 19 is equal to, or 19 minus 5 is equal to 14. So it's same as this, so there is symmetry. So let's go ahead and dimension them. I will say that this is 14. If I dimension one side, the other side will automatically be dimensioned, and I'll say that this is 10. So this is the dimension, and let's see from where this particular T section starts. So I don't know the height of it. It starts from right from the edge, and the height is 10, and it's 10. Okay, so it's 2 tens. We'll create this as 10, and this is 10. And okay, we ended up with the trouble. We'll add another relation here stating that this line and this line, they are collinear, and I'll say that this and this edge, they are collinear. So we are done. The figure is fully constrained. Now we can go ahead and make a new plane for the second particular T section that we need to draw. So it will be the start and the end. So let's go ahead and create a reference. So we will exit the sketch, we'll go to features, and we'll create a reference, a new plane. We'll create a plane with reference to the top plane. We will flip the offset, and the offset will be let's see what the offset is. So offset from here on top is 75. So 75 minus 45 it will be. So we will have 75 minus 45, and that gives me the plane right at the center, or the center of the cylinder. So this is my new plane. I will create a sketch on this particular plane. I will go normal to sketch. Now I would be making that particular T section over here. Let's draw some construction lines. So right from the center, and I'll make a rough T section. An ordinary line. So the T section will be okay. So let's just draw that. It would be something like this. So first of all, I will go ahead and I will merge these points. This point and this point, they merge, and then I'll add the relation of this line, the center line. Okay, this line, the center line, and this line, they are symmetric. Similarly, this line, center line, and this line, again they're symmetric. So let's go ahead and dimension this. Previously dimension figure was 10 and 10, and this particular width was 10 again, and this was 14. So it's done. Now all we need to know is from where this particular starts. Okay, so we are having a reference over here as 3, so we can offset this particular line from the edge of the cylinder by 3. Okay, so this is 3. We are fully constrained. Now all we are left to do is add a guide for the particular sweep to go. So I will say that I will make the sweep line from this point. So I'll first need to make a plane according to this axis. So I will create a reference plane, and the plane will be offsetted by the front, okay, the right plane, and the offset would be 19, I believe. We'll flip the offset and we'll say the offset is by 19. Okay, so are we there yet? Looks like we are there. And we will go ahead by creating a new sketch on this plane. We'll go normal to the sketch, and as you can see, this line starts from here and then it ends here somewhere. Okay, so it ends here. So let's create that line. I'll start by creating a normal line. I'll start here and I'll go end at this point. And now I will do one thing. I will just say that this line is vertical. Now as you can see that the line isn't vertical, it is it's not a proper 90-degree corner. It is having some kind of curvature. So the radius of curvature is 19. So let's say that curve is 19. We will go into creating a fillet, select the edge, and I'll say the radius is 19. Yes, and we have got a particular reference. We need to dimension this, or else it will freely move anywhere it wants. So we can say this. So how we can do that is by creating, okay, so we don't exactly know. We know one thing, that is this length. It is 3, 10 and 10. Okay, so we have another dimension over here as 2. So we'll just say that this line and this edge has a distance of 2. So this is constraint. All we need to know is this should be constraint. So I'll say this, and this edge is 20, I believe. It should be right. That's okay. So that base was 10, this was 10, so it should be 20. We will exit sketch, and we will go ahead and we will select swap function over here, swap feature, and we will say the base is this sketch, and we will select another sketch, this sketch. So, and this is a guide curve. So we have encountered a rebuild error. We will do one thing, we'll say a circular pattern. Okay, so I have done a mistake over here. I should have done it from the center of this particular circle. So let's go ahead and repair my fault. Or I'll just try by selecting this feature. Okay, so sweep operation failed to complete. I'll do one thing. I will go ahead and I will modify this particular the sketch which I've done. I'll say that this is 10, and rather than this being 2, I'll say that this is 12. So that brings me to the center of it. I will exit the sketch. I will go to features and I will select sweep power space. I will select this particular base, and I'll select this. Okay, so here we are done with our particular feature. This is how it should look. Now all we need to do is create a hole on this particular face. So we'll sketch there. We will go normal to this particular face, and I will just create a circle from the center. And I will dimension the circle, and the dimension would be 16. We will exit the sketch, we'll go to features, we'll extrude cut, Okay, so the extrude cut is 25. That's what we want. What else do we want is we want this to be fillets. Or let me do that in the end. I'll create another sketch over here and I'll create a circle. I will dimension this circle. So as you know, the base plate had a hole, and the hole is a diameter of, so this diameter will be 16, dimensions 18 and 22. So this will be 16. This is offsetted from the edge on top by 18, and from this left hand side by 22. So this is done. We will exit, we will go to features, we will create an extrude cut, and so this will stay through all, and yes, so we are done. Now all we need to do is create some fillets over here. So we'll create fillet, selecting this edge and this edge. So the radius I feel is 25. Let's just cross check it. Okay, so this radius is 25, this radius is 30. So they are not of the same radius, so we need to make two different fillets. I'll just deselect this, and this is done. I'll select this edge, create another fillet of 30. The radius over here will be 30. So here we are done. So let's see if we have missed out on any other features. Okay, so this figure looks completed. This is how this completed figure should look like. I'll just go ahead and hide the sketch planes. So this is how it looks.